Hey, I say all power to the people. I live for the people. I die for the people. Hey, look, man. You don't even need no introduction. This is the big brother, big homie. I mean, the #1 Pan-Africanist in America, Dr. Umar right here. I'm gonna have a couple of questions for him. They're gonna be different. This ain't like any other podcast. We're not asking none of those goofy questions they ask on BNC or whatever they do over there. We're gonna talk about real black issues around here. I consider myself a Pan-Africanist too, and I believe the only way for us to liberate ourselves as black people is to build our own institutions from coast to coast, all around the globe, to be able to take care of our own people and guide our own people. How do we get the people in position of power, the people that have the resources and the access to our people, to be able to direct them in that path, to tell our people we need to walk away from the institutions of white supremacy and build our own? And I know you're about to open up your school. Take a brief second to tell us about that. You're about to open that in a few weeks. I mean, and yo, look, opening up my own school is my dream. Now, I would love to do that. I mean, it's a big accomplishment. But I'm sure you understand we need schools in all our communities to cater to our people.
The right school.
How do we get our people, those in position of power, to invest in such a strategy?
Here's the thing about building independent communities and institutions. Our celebrity class are not going to help us in the beginning. Our celebrity class will help us in the end. First, they have to see the proof, and then they have to be held accountable by the collective, which will happen once we bring the idea from theory to fruition. So looking to them to fund the seed money, forget it. But you can look for them to help fund the upkeep, maintenance of it once they see it. So they're not coming in until they see it, because they feel like they have too much to lose if it doesn't work out politically and economically. So we shouldn't be looking to the celebrity class. We should be looking to each other. And we have enough money and enough resources in the community amongst ourselves. When you look at what we spend, $2 billion on Jordans, $4 billion on liquor, $30 billion on beauty products, $800 million a year on chicken, beef, turkey, and pork. We should not have to wait on the government or the black celebrity. The black community has to finally do something we haven't done in almost 100 years, and that is economically organize ourselves.
Look, you didn't say nothing about your school, but we're going to come back to that. No, because I want you to talk. Look, that's a beautiful moment, man. Being able to open schools that teach your own curriculum, away from the white supremacy curriculum, there's nothing more powerful than that. Because you can't go nowhere if you don't know where you're going. If you don't know where you come from, you have no idea where you're going. And they just tell you where you're going, and you just follow like a robot. Now, but on what you were just saying just now, yo, I live in the projects. I'm poor. I'm like, I consider myself lumping at the bottom of the bottom. Yo, I do what I can. I've created my own nonprofit where we work with kids from sun up to sundown. But me going to talk to individual people to get them to buy along with the idea of building our own, yo, they look at me like, who are you? What you got? How you gonna tell me anything? So I mean, so it's like, sometimes I feel defeated in trying to talk to them. That's why I created the whole thing with the kids. Because with the children, you don't really have to do too much. When they see the truth, they follow it. I mean, they may shy away from it at first, but like I've been doing this for like over a decade, and after a while, the world teaches them that what you're telling them is true. I mean, and then they'll gravitate to it. But adults, everything is about capital. It's about their job. That's their #1 concern. I got to take care of my family and take care of me, and then anything else will come after that. I mean, so it's like
children are idealistic. Adults are conservative. Because adults, as you said, need to conserve their job, their mortgage, their standard of living. Children don't care about that. When you're a child, you're living for the best possible thing you can be and for the best possible world that you can make. And that's why the youth often have had to overthrow their own parents in order to make change, because at a certain level, the black parent is a gatekeeper for the white power structure by keeping their child distracted from the liberation struggle.
Wow. So the only way to change that is by building institutions.
We got to build the institutions.
It's bugging me, because I want to write a book. I want to put it together, like explain it to people on layman's terms. Like, if you don't have institutions, yo, everything is for naught. Yo, I believe 100% of the black people in America can vote. that would change. That won't change our condition because we're voting a system that are not erected to work for us. Like it's basically that simple. To me, in my mind, it's that simple.
It'll never work. But see, here's the thing. The conversation becomes: do we want democracy or revolution? Because Black America has democracy, rule of the majority. But you're living in a country that is dominated by non-Africans. You got the white man, and then all other non-whites who are not African are in allegiance with him against us. So the Chinese man will stand with the white man against the black man. The Mexican will stand with the white man against the black man. The Arab will stand with the white man against the black man. You see? So you have democracy, but what is that doing for you? So democracy is not a solution for us because we are a numerical minority. And a numerical minority is a victim of democracy because even if all black people voted the same way, you're still gonna lose because you ain't got the numbers here.
Exactly.
So what you really want is revolution. But what they use is the propaganda of democracy to keep black youth from leaning towards revolution by constantly promising you a better tomorrow as long as you vote and keep your faith in the government.
But our leaders are telling them that. Our musicians are telling them, the politicians are telling them, the institutions which they go to to get educated. Because I have kids. I have a 19 and a 17-year-old. My son is going to Delaware State. My daughter about to graduate high school. And I teach them at home. But when they go into these institutions, yo, they call me from school. Like, yo, we talking about Jewish history again. I mean, like, that's like when they go to, like, because they see it. They see the game that is being played. Like, even my son, he went to Delaware. He said the strip outside of his school is called DuPont. I mean, like, and I told him, go watch the movie on DuPont and understand what DuPont is. When after he watched the movie, he was like, you telling me they poison all our blood, there's chemicals in our blood from DuPont and nobody ever speaks about it? He says at the school they celebrate DuPont. I mean, and like,
celebrate Columbus too.
They celebrate all these people.
All of them.
And like, how do we reach our kids when their minds are being systematically controlled by building our institutions?
It's going to be hard to do that because the brain is the creature of repetition. It doesn't matter who's lying and who's telling the truth. The brain can't tell the difference. The brain is conditioned by constantly seeing the same thing and being told the same thing. So it don't matter if Columbus discovered America or not. If that's what they're going to be told and we're not counteracting it, then that's what they're going to believe.
It's deep, man.
Repetition rules the brain, which is to say our children will never be psychologically liberated as long as we leave the public school system responsible for their education.
You're 100% correct. Tell us about that school when it's opening.
Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. We still renovating the school right now. We're not ready to open, but we are having our first ever FDMG Family Festival Saturday, September the 11th from 11 to 8. Come through. Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, 600 East 17th Street. Register now. FDMGfestival.com. I repeat, FDMGfestival.com. You must be registered to attend. If you want to be a vendor, send an email to fdmgvending@gmail.com. And if you want to perform or speak, music, dance, song, spoken word, poetry, fdmgperformances@gmail.com. Or you can also text message me, 215-989-9858. 215-989-9858. Peace and Black Power.
That's it.
Nah, but you good?
Yeah.
Yo, this vaccine, man. Yo, I know a lot of people around here. I know friends of mine that's not trying to take it. They don't trust the government. They don't trust Biden.
I don't trust it. I'm not taking it, and I believe the virus and the vaccination are one and the same.
Hey,